We're live.
We're live?
Yeah.
Or
Cool.
Well, we welcome
to
you.
Grit Grown Here.
Yes,
Where
but
character matters.
every day of the week.
Don't know if it matters anywhere else, but it should matter in your life.
Well, it does matter in mine. And
Good.
We're broadcasting from the land of pleasant living, Annapolis, Maryland.
Yes.
And we have with us today.
The communist capital of the state of Maryland.
Well, that's just because we've recently started down that road at a full gallop.
Yes.
Before we were just trotting along. But now it's a full gallop.
I was wondering why I had the trots.
Yeah. Well,
Ding. All right.
that was the problem. Number two. Okay,
right.
so Gordon is with us tonight. Hi, say hi, Gordon.
Hi.
Okay, hi. Gordon's here, and Jess is here.
Hi.
And, well, that was real exciting. Okay, and Jim, I mean, we're hoping that you have a little more energy with us tonight.
Hello. Good to see you.
Okay, Rob, how are you going to do it?
I'm just right.
There we go. And it's me, Mr. Dave. We are
That's
here to
right.
have a great evening tonight.
Yes.
And we're thanking you for being with us. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been examining some character issues. And tonight, Rob's got a special itinerary for us to follow.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a nice subject called death.
Oh, my gosh. That sounds like the end of things. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
One of the two certainties in life.
Yes.
What's the first one?
taxes?
How come you both knew that answer?
Because we lived that life.
I'm being teaching my daughter about taxes. I was sitting behind this car. We had just finished at Planet Fitness,
Yeah.
and I was sitting behind this government vehicle.
A government.
It wasn't a police car. It was one of those government tag vehicles.
Yeah. Was it SG or was it LG?
SG, I think.
SG.
Yeah.
Well, that's a state car.
Right. And so I was sitting there, and I was admiring the work of the young lady that was inside texting and just sitting there.
That's
So,
work.
Yes, of course it is.
Well,
Of course it is.
of course, she was on a state phone.
Right.
Go ahead.
And what I thought was wonderful about it, I said to my daughter, I said, see, Faith, right there are your tax dollars. She goes, what do you mean? It's a car. I said, yeah, see the license plate? She goes, yeah. I said, all right, so that's a government vehicle. You see the person in it? I said, most likely they're a government employee, or they let the government employee let their car to a family member and they're off driving around with it.
Which is illegal.
There you go. But guess what? It doesn't really matter.
Actually, it does because my boss did lose his job over that.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Whoa.
was director of Homeland Security, and guess what?
Yes. Well, being the director of Homeland Security.
Well, he drove the car out of state because he lived out of state.
Ah.
And his other truck that he used to drive back and forth to our closest
Conked
shop,
out?
no, he ran into a deer, and
Oh.
so his car was in the shop. And instead of getting permissions for a week or two until his car got
Well,
back.
I'm the director of Homeland Security.
Yes, and
you understand that, Dave?
yes, yes. But he was really a great guy. I mean, I really enjoyed the direction he was taking.
So
our
what was the
department.
real reason
That was
he
the-
got fired?
No, that was the real reason, because he was stealing government
Okay. All right.
resources.
All right. As long as that was the real reason, Dave.
That's what they said.
Well, that's what I didn't say.
I know you did. But he's.
Dave, we never wasted government resources in the Bureau of Prisons, ever.
I'm sure you
I
did
am
not.
really impressed with
I'm
you,
sure you
Jim.
did
I mean,
not.
I know that
Never.
you audited the budget every year, didn't you, buddy?
Hey, at the end of the year when you had leftover money, we just found ways to spend it because we had to.
Because you had to.
And that's where the closets get full of stuff you'll never use.
Never use.
So back
Never
to the
used.
topic.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a different
Death.
kind of death.
I guess, well, it is. We were going down one of the lines of death. Taxes, and taxes are connected to government, and taxes kill us. So, anyway, death. Anyway, before we get there, grit, grown here. Anybody, we don't all have to share it today, but does anybody have a grit grown here moment? A grateful or thankful or a goofy?
Well, I had my pastor end up in trouble. He's a chaplain, and he's a first lieutenant with the Army.
Yeah.
I guess it's reserves. I'm not sure. And he was out on maneuvers here. And this week, as part of that, he had a very severe accident, and his muscles have been ripped off his bones in his arm,
Yuck.
and he's getting ready to undergo some very serious surgery. And I didn't know chaplains were involved in anything that energetic.
Mm,
Maybe it was a very serious confession. I have no idea, but it was
yeah.
bad.
Very serious.
Well, I mean, are
Wow.
you being a little cryptic in your description of what's happened?
Not really.
What was the
His,
cause of this ripping of muscle?
well, I didn't get into that
Ah, okay.
because
Well, I thought that maybe you were saying he was into something he shouldn't have been into, and guess what?
no,
The
no. But
FOFA or
the
FAOFO.
the grit part of this was he was all ready to retire from the army,
Oh wow.
and he thought it would be good if I served a little longer, and went to this exercise, and that's
Yeah.
But I thought that was a sign of grit. I'm sorry. I think it's a great idea that he went back.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it is
Yeah. Stay the course. Serve your
right to the
country.
end. Yep, right. To
Yeah.
the end.
Serve your country,
Absolutely. Thinking about others,
knowing that
serving other people. Yeah.
even though there are risks, even when you're off duty or whatever it happens.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm so grateful for chaplains.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else? Don't have to.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Let's jump into death then. All right.
I can't wait to.
We'll just
jump
start
to
off
death.
with a definition because, yes. So, definition here. We'll just go. The death is defined as. This is AI overview from Google, I guess. Whatever. Death is defined as the permanent cessation of all biological and physiological functions that sustain a living organism. It marks the end of life and represents the point at which an individual organism as a whole ceases to function. Nice words. Nice words.
I'm glad they
ceases
I'm
to
glad they
function.
defined it better. Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Better than
that was
what?
Good.
He
Well,
did.
they were saying there was nothing alive in your body anymore, but that's just not true.
Yes.
But it said it
gotcha.
doesn't serve the whole anymore.
Yeah. That was a good ending right there, right?
Yeah, really good.
Ceases to function. All right, serve the whole. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been talking about loyalty and disloyalty, and for me, this topic, in spite of the definition I just gave, connects to that. Essentially, when we become disloyal, and I take a knife out, and I decide to stab you up like Henry Novak
Yeah.
in UK.
But he's not bleeding.
No, he's not bleeding. I decide to stab you up with my ceremonial knife that I'm carrying around.
Ceremony.
That is
Northern
correct.
Ireland.
Illegal in the Brits.
Right. So I'm disloyal to you because you're not of my religion. So it's okay for me to be disloyal to you.
No, that's not okay.
Right.
No, it's not okay.
But in the government's eyes, I'm being loyal because
because
the knife
that's
that I have
yes, for the ceremony.
for the ceremony is not illegal.
And I know.
But could I interject for a second?
Yes.
Please do.
Isn't that a matter of definition? As
Well,
to,
but if he was cutting off someone's head,
but he had
he was
permission
doing
to
it
have the weapon.
ceremonially, because the Quran says I can do that to you because you're an infidel.
What were you
Absolutely.
saying, Jim?
No, I was just saying that the government is willing to redefine anything that they can in order to get by with something.
Yes.
Isn't that the nature of the legal system?
So they're being disloyal to the citizens?
Yes.
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 Loyal to their philosophy, if you will.
Disloyal to the
Loyal to what they're
original
serving
philosophy.
at the moment.
What
Yes.
they're serving at the moment. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Who they're serving, what they're serving, the purpose they're
It's
serving.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
they're triggering disloyalty of the people. Because while the government is being disloyal to the people,
Yes.
then the people no longer trust the government because they don't believe the government has their best interests at heart.
Yeah.
And so the
That's right.
government is fomenting disloyalty among the people.
but they're demanding loyalty from them.
Well, they can demand it all they
Right.
want, but at some point, when you've been beaten by the master for so long,
Mm-hmm.
You stand up and you will take a bigger beating because you're going to punch him.
Yes, something like what happened 250 years ago.
Oh yeah, I heard
Well,
about that.
yeah. Now they have
Right.
cameras instead of snitches, right?
There,
Yeah, well,
there you go. Cameras instead of snitches. Yes, good point. But I really think it leads into this death really nicely.
in what way?
Well, what happened with this Sikh? What did he do? He went and killed another human being
Yes.
because he had a right to do that. And in Britain, apparently,
He does.
because it's, protecting his religion, it's okay for him to go ahead and murder somebody. And then when the police respond, they put the
handcuff
kid in handcuffs
Who's
who the
bleeding
Sikh
out.
was stabbed. Yeah, who's bleeding out essentially and wouldn't get him any help, any care.
Yeah.
And they were treating the Sikh with gentle gloves,
Yes.
with kid gloves.
Well, because he was doing religious things.
Right. And so my point is disloyalty, this Sikh's disloyalty to another human being led to what?
The death of that human being.
Yeah.
But then the disloyalty
Go ahead.
of the government
Yeah.
is leading to the death of their culture.
Yeah.
And when the culture is dying, people will take things into their own hands.
Yes.
Well, it's a passive sanctioning of that death is what they're doing.
Well, but it's still, they're still sowing those seeds in the populace of discontent.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
they
think you're
are.
both saying the same thing, right?
Yipper. Two ends of the same thing.
Was I there when he was talking?
What?
Yeah, you're right.
yeah,
here.
I was.
You're
Okay.
here right
okay.
now.
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's good. You guys are both affirming each other's perspective there.
Well, I'm not so sure it's passive from the government. I think it's active in cases.
Go.
Well-
go,
In
Gordon.
cases.
Let's
Yeah.
hear what
Come
you
on,
have
man. Throw
to
it
say
down.
about that.
I mean, one example being the whole hey, you're terminally ill or whatever. Just go off
yes.
yourself, right? And encouraging that.
Yes.
That's up in Canada, right?
Yeah, Canada.
Well, actually, there's a state. Is it?
There's, I
Maine?
think Oregon too, right?
Yeah, there's a state here too that's I know California is always walking down those roads, but
Right.
There's another state
Well,
too.
D.C. allows it as well.
Oh, okay.
But you have to wait 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, that just gives you a chance to change your mind for 2 weeks.
No, I can go down 14th Street and end it now.
Yes, you could. In a different way.
Well,
In a different way.
yeah, this is.
No, real, right?
I'm trying to decide here.
Okay, well,
That's
that's
why
all right.
I was
You can
hesitating.
take 2 weeks on that decision.
He's
Anyway.
killing me off. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I heard it.
I don't get to make the decision anymore. What's going on?
And I think in an active way, the police who arrived on the scene and did nothing,
Yes,
right? They didn't even render aid.
right. They didn't even check his body when he said, "I've been
That's
stabbed."
active.
Yeah,
That's
that is active.
Right? In that
You're
sense.
right. You're right.
In that moment. In that moment, right?
A active decision to be passive.
Yes.
Oh no, we're getting deep now. All
Oh,
right,
but
cool.
it's the truth.
Yeah.
Dead on.
Yeah. In Romans, book of Romans, that's why I like the Bible here, man. The Bible just breaks it down. Truth. You can accept it or reject it as you wish, of course. If
I
you
was
reject
afraid you were
truth,
gonna talk
you're
about
going to be in
rectal
deep
parts.
trouble. What?
Yep. Nothing.
Oh. I just heard you talking, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't talk over you.
Oh, it was the thunder.
Oh, it was the thunder talking. What kind of thunder is that? Not just
Was it
Okay.
thunder from down under?
No, come on now. There
the
we go.
wages of sin are
Death.
Death.
Yes.
That's what the Apostle Paul was teaching, right? And so we look at what that Sikh decided to do
But from
to take
his-
another life.
But his point of view is it was not a sin.
Well, does point of view matter? There's the question.
Ooh.
Well,
Ooh.
now we are really getting into the basis of religion.
Well,
Because because his religion that's been taught for what 1,500 years,
long time.
Well, but it's
Yeah,
after
I'd say.
Jesus. It's after Jesus. Wasn't before.
Well, if we're talking about Yeah, so we're talking about
Mohammedanism.
Muhammad.
Yeah, Muhammad.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was what, like 400 or 500 years after
7?
Jesus?
Yes. I think
Something
the
like
Quran.
that.
Yeah,
go ahead.
7.
Something like
I don't have my time calendar with me,
Yeah.
but anyway, while they have brought in very big parts of the Bible, there are other parts that they've added in for their own convenience.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think again, where does your morality come from? Who's the actual lawgiver, right?
Well, from their point of view, it's Mohammed.
Well, Mohammed's the lawgiver.
Yeah.
No, Allah.
We have Allah being their God, right?
Yes.
Muhammad being their prophet of their
Yeah,
God.
but
Yeah.
he was the one that laid down the law.
So, yes. So,
So,
people lay down the law today. Are they God?
no.
Was Muhammad God?
No.
Okay.
No.
So what
I
is
see a
moral and
fatwa
what is
coming.
immoral?
Well, that is the crux of our.
I don't think it's a crux.
You don't think it's a crux
No.
of the problem?
No.
You've got how many billion people are Muslim?
Oh, I
In this
understand
world.
that.
Okay, well that's a
Understand that.
crux.
How many people lie?
They all do.
Everyone.
even us.
There we go.
There we
There's the reality of truth.
Okay.
There you go. Since we're all liars, where does that leave us?
Well, that leaves us really out in
There we go.
suffering up unto ourselves.
Yes. Yes. So
Well, I was looking it up the other day.
Oh, cool.
About Islam
yeah.
and death, and 'cause I was curious because I know some, Muslim friend.
Yes.
I know some, And
have some too.
What it was saying was that it was similar to Christianity but different. Mm-hmm. They believe there's a hell, or they had something like hell, and then they also believe that there's like a paradise or a heaven, and two different
All those virgins
ones.
are hanging
Yeah,
out waiting
72.
for
But
you.
it's based
72.
on works,
Yes.
on good works versus
Right.
faith,
Right.
Yes.
which I don't see how any amount of good works could get you into heaven.
Well, since we're all liars, I think that throws us out, right?
I know, because we're all sinful. So how do we?
Right.
You can't.
So the
exactly-
question is, how many times did you lie, Dave, compared to how many times I lied?
Well, I mean, golly days. I don't know whether I've outdone you or not.
Still breathing.
Yeah, well, we're still breathing. That's not a lie.
So I think if we focus down though, and we look at what sin is, right? What was this young man doing? He was going and he had a ton of knives and machetes and different kinds of knives on his walls at home. And he was going out hunting who he was going to kill.
Yeah.
He was looking for somebody
Yes,
to
correct.
execute. And so he found somebody to execute. Now, from our scriptural
Okay,
perspective.
there we go.
From our scriptural perspective. And they get their
Well, I mean, we started it off in the early books of the Bible with Cain and Abel.
well, of course. Right.
I mean, so people have been.
yes. Now I can make a religion that says it's okay.
That's what. Okay, go ahead. I'll listen to you. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm just saying. I could just make I can make a religion that says, me taking you out because your beard isn't like my beard.
Yeah.
It's
hey,
okay.
ooh, yeah.
And just because I make a religion that says that, is it true? So I think there's something deeper inside where our hearts are concerned, right?
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Drink the Kool-Aid. And one of the things that we've been talking about, or we've been kind of crossing over, is like the 7 deadly sins,
Yeah.
right? And greed is one of those. It's one of those sins. I think, and from my perspective, each one of those sins, the way that I'm seeing it, leads to death. Because what is
Oh, that's exactly why they're deadly sins.
right? Not only do they kill the person committing them,
Yes.
but as you're committing them on somebody else,
You're killing them too.
You're killing them too.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And so for me, death goes beyond that definition that we read earlier today, right?
Oh yeah, because the effect on other people. I mean, you can walk down the streets of Baltimore and you can see the Walking Dead. You see their demeanor, their faith, their face just looks like there's no interest in life anymore whatsoever, and they just sort of wander from place to place with no purpose.
Right. No.
And it's so sad.
there's
I mean,
another aspect.
you almost feel like going and shaking them and saying, "You've got a whole life ahead of you.
Right.
You know, do something with your life." And they don't even have a clue of how to do that.
And in a way, they've already conceded.
Yes.
Right. To
Oh,
death.
yeah.
Yeah, they're,
Right.
they're avoiding pain.
Yeah. Go, Jim. What else you got, dog?
What about people who are wandering around with no purpose and they're blasted
And
out of their
avoiding pain.
planes?
Essentially, we're talking about the effects of death right now. We're starting to move into
Well,
that.
right.
Yeah.
And if you're going to numb yourself to your existence as best you possibly can,
Yeah.
whether or not it's euphoria, I kind of doubt it. After a while, it just becomes stunning yourself.
Yeah.
You're really killing yourself slowly,
Slowly.
if
Right.
not
So,
quickly.
so when I was just brainstorming on the concept, I thought about, I see it in the graveyard.
Yeah.
The evidence of death, if you will. You can see it when you go into nursing homes.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah.
Right.
You can stop right there, pal.
Hey. What are we
You don't
saying,
need to go
Jim?
any further back.
Yeah. Time is marching on, buddy. That's all I can tell you.
You're right behind me, guys.
I think I'm in front of you.
We weren't saying anything about you. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but we can see it in the nursing home. We can also see it in war. We can see it on our streets. That's
Yeah.
what we were just talking
But
about.
we can see it in hospitals where people are supposed to be recovering, but
Yeah.
yet they'll, they just look like death warmed over.
Think about COVID.
Yeah, COVID was horrible.
Yeah. I mean, death was all over the place.
Well, it was directed death, I believe. But anyway,
Yes, there's no doubt. It was directed by the hand of the government.
it was directed death.
Many of those
I don't-
cases were directed by the hand of the government, and there are people who died not taking the shots, but died because of the symptoms they were experiencing and the kind of treatments they were getting or not getting.
Right.
And I mean, I had multiple friends die during that period of time, and that was it was hard. I think all of us probably can say that, right?
Yeah.
How many documented deaths from the shots? Yes.
Yes, and then all the injuries from after that,
Yeah,
right?
the injuries that sustained for a long time.
Because ultimately,
Yep.
isn't that hasn't that dealt death to people prematurely?
It really is kind of population thinning.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're worried about how Social Security is going to, be around for after 2032, is it? Yes.
Yeah, very
Dave, are you following the money?
Yes,
I think you
that's
are.
what I do. Yes.
I think you are.
Yeah, in order for me
Well,
to have my money, you got to go, dog. What do you think,
Pull
Gordon?
up Soylent Green.
Yeah, there you go. You guys can eat me after I'm done. They'll just mash me up into some hamburgers or something. Sounds good. All
No,
right.
it doesn't. Actually, it does not
Now,
sound
but
good.
I mean, you can even take this beyond like the streets or what we see outside or from COVID or from disease or from drugs or from alcohol. You can look at it in your family units. You can even see
Yeah.
death within your family unit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yes.
know. When I look at my family, I can definitely, and I'm not just talking about the physical death. I'm talking about choices people make in relationship, choices people make in their life that affects other family members because they made we were talking about drugs. I mean, how many times have families been destroyed by
Shunning.
And shunning? There you go. Cutting somebody out, but also thinning the herd in your family, but also
Yep.
by using, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see it. Like I love the gambler. I love how we're promoting. Because gambling is now legal. We have all these casinos all over the place.
Yeah,
in our states and
lotteries.
right. Because we need that money for schools and
yeah,
for
right.
safety, right? Safety of the citizens,
Very funny.
right?
Yep.
And then I love the commercials, right? The little promos after they do a come in and waste your money with us. Come and waste your money and hope that you get some money back. If you have a problem with gambling, call this number and there's a counselor
Yeah.
waiting on hold just for you.
Just for you. I think you ought to go spend another 20 and come on back and we'll talk about it real seriously.
That's how much the government cares about the death of people who are caught up in gambling, right?
That's right. That's right.
So I think there's examples all over the place.
There are.
Have you guys individually dealt some death in your lives to yourselves
Oh,
I think we all
or
have.
impacted others?
Oh, I think that'd be almost impossible to live your life without doing it.
Yeah.
Because, you think that you're right about whatever the topic is, and it's come hell or high water to the people around you because you're going to insist on your being right.
Yeah.
Jess, I see the camera is on you.
Oh, I can put the camera on me. Like,
Oh, this is afterwards.
Is this okay?
Well, yeah, but that's okay. I got something anyway. Like,
Go,
like,
girl.
kind of like what Jim was saying about numbness and how that's like kind of a form of death and leads to death. Like, I remember back in college, like when I first got diagnosed with depression, I went through a time period where I was very numb. Like, I didn't feel much anything but sadness, and it felt like I was walking around dead.
Right.
Like, here I was, I had faith in Christ, but like emotionally, mentally, like I was in a pit.
Yeah.
Didn't see any way
Good
up.
description. Very good
That's
description.
what it feels like. It feels like you're stuck in a pit with no way up.
Yeah. Can't
Until
get out.
somebody, between a mix of medicine and therapy and Jesus, of course, but can't leave him out.
Yep.
He's a
Oh.
big thing. Like, over the years, I've experienced that. Like, I've learned that how important that is to spend time with Jesus and to spend time in His Word, because that's what brings life.
Right. There's
You know,
life.
Yep,
the
that's
There's
it.
Bible
life to
says-
be found. Yeah.
The Bible says it's alive and active.
Yeah.
And it is, because it brings life where there's a world full of death. And like, and I've been trying to get my friends to like get into the Word more, because they're dealing with depression, and it's like the only way I found between medicine and therapy is Jesus. Like, you need Jesus to deal with depression and anxiety. There's no way
Yes.
around it.
Just they've found, even psychologists have found that prayer is stronger than medicine.
Yep.
And I think it's the connecting to the Supreme Being that we're talking about ultimately.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. That the one that wants to walk with you through stuff. So, I mean, and those effects of death can affect choices, huge choices that you make or choose not to make because of fear, right? Because you're, and I'm sure we've all experienced those kinds of things. For me, I think I can write down a whole bunch of different ways that I've dealt death to myself, if you will. And one of the ways is how you view yourself, or the view that you get from other people around you, or what other people have said about you or to you. Sometimes you can hold on to those things, and those continue to deal death in your life, take you out, cause you not to step out into potential life-giving opportunities because you believe that death sentence that maybe was spoken over you.
Boy, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm sure in the circles that you travel, in the counseling, plus in the prisons, I mean, Jim, my gosh, how much have you seen?
That's pretty fundamental, I would say. Very fundamental. And it goes with the whole idea of role theory. If you've been tagged with something,
Yeah.
that's you. And
Yeah.
I might as well be that way. I might as well be the best I can at it. I'm I'm no good anyway. And we have a lot of throwaway people in our society. We really do. A lot of throwaway people. And some earned it and some do not.
Right. And you talk about being outcast or thrown down or thrown out, cut off from.
Well, sure.
Because you didn't live up.
Well, yeah, that and picking a lifestyle that's very destructive.
Yeah.
The alternative, you can't see an alternative. That's one of the problems.
I think that's true. When I think about my friends and even myself, when you're in that part and you're spiraling down, you don't see any way out. So the choices you make just take you further down to death.
Yes.
And so when we think about alcoholism, we can see that in people's decisions and using drugs or relationships with people, right?
I think people that they not only down other people, they beat themselves up terribly,
Yeah.
even without even without realizing it. Even
Yeah.
while they're inflicting pain on other people, they beat themselves up awfully.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think that's a slow death as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely.
It doesn't. It certainly doesn't lead to life, right?
No.
No.
Certainly doesn't lead to life. So,
No.
let's see here.
Well, we were also discussing how disloyalty leads to death. And we really haven't explored that too much because the effects of disloyalty on other people is a lot of times what is sending them over the edge is that they can't trust anybody anymore.
Yeah,
They
good
can't-
point.
Yeah, they can't take the inconsistency of their behavior when they're expecting to be nurtured or cared for by their parents, let's just say.
Yeah.
And then the parent just doesn't do it, and all of a sudden they're like, "That's disloyalty," and they're like, "I don't understand." And then when you live a life where you cannot trust other people,
Yeah.
you are in a world of hurt. And you know, I've got an adopted son that he was in a situation for the first 6.5 years of his life where he couldn't trust anybody. And so when we adopted him, he couldn't trust us either. And that transition was so difficult to overcome. And all I can say is I hope I've overcome it with him. I think I've mostly overcome it, but then every once in a while it will rear its ugly head. And at that point, you just got to let him be him.
Yeah. Go back to the old narrative.
Yeah.
His old experience. From experience.
Yeah,
of
it's
course,
from
right?
experience.
So, yeah.
I'm sure it helps to hear the positive from you though in refrain.
Yeah, he has come a really long way.
Exponentially.
And
Yeah.
what's so amazing about that transformation in his life is that he'll reach out and help people that are less fortunate than him. And he's
I love
pretty
it.
unfortunate.
Yes.
But there are people that are less fortunate than he is, and yet he'll reach into his pocket and he'll give of himself to help somebody else until they prove to him that they're not
Disloyal,
worthy
right.
of his goodness.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's had people that were homeless that come and sleep in his apartment on
Yep.
the floor. I mean, it's just
And he gives them
he's-
multiple chances, too.
multiple chances.
Yes, he does.
Multiple
Yes,
chances.
he does. Pretty
Got a
amazing young
huge
man.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge heart.
Yeah. And that's a display of loyalty.
Absolutely,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
So where did he learn it from?
Well,
There you go, Dave.
That's
Come
a
on.
Come
a
on
good
now.
one.
No.
That's a good one.
Yes, it is. Hey, we're not perfect.
No,
we're not perfect. But
no, we're not perfect.
we're trying to be give better, be better. You know, where we're disloyal, we're trying to learn not to be disloyal. But of course, you got to acknowledge you're disloyal,
Yeah.
right? And ultimately, we are dealing death. That's kind of where, for me, this topic came out of that space. We're literally dealing death to ourselves and to others. I mean,
I know, but I mean, and then I keep going back to government, and we fought a revolution 250 years ago because of the disloyalty of the king, and the king basically saying, "These people will do what I command."
and
Until
Parliament,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but I mean, the political system at that
Yes.
time was treating everyone like they were
Americans.
no, not Americans. They were treating them like they were English subjects that
No, what I'm saying, they were treating Americans like
and that's
oppressing them.
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
why
Wicked stepchildren.
yeah, wicked stepchildren. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And so, we started throwing some tea in the water, and we started having them house military forces in our own homes.
Yeah.
And so when we developed our Constitution, we were like, You're not doing that anymore because we've already seen what that comes to.
And a lot
That's
of that's
right.
developed out of the faith of the founders,
Absolutely, 100%.
right?
100%.
And so they had a faith, they had a God they believed in, and
Yes.
a morality that came from that God that they believed
But
in.
it was also a common morality. The vast majority of the people all believe the same types of things.
Absolutely.
Today, we're so balkanized in the United States that we have all these hyphenated Americans, and we're not focused on the second word out of that, which is Americans. We have a culture. We have common values, but when people are not melding into the common
That's
values,
the key. That's the key.
then murder runs rampant.
Well, and the scripture
Thievery
has
runs-
something to say about that. And James says this, Pastor James, in chapter 1, he says this: temptation comes from the lure of our own evil desires.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
And so it breaks it down that we're evil, right? Like I back to the we're all liars, right?
Yep.
You got
And
that
these,
right.
And these evil desires lead to evil actions. And that's kind of some of the, we started off with describing Henry Novak.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, yesterday or day before yesterday, there was a young man in Belfast who was
Yep.
getting his head cut off
Yep.
by another, I don't even know what, I can't remember what his nationality was.
I don't
but
remember either.
Anyway, he was
Black
he
child.
was he was a Muslim, and he was trying to cut the head off
Right.
of this infidel, if you will.
But yet the goodness of the people was extended to refugees and
Yeah, absolutely.
and people who were seeking a new and good life.
Yeah.
And how is it being repaid?
Yeah. Again, temptation, right?
Right?
Our own evil desires lead to our own evil actions, and those evil actions lead to our death, because that man, both of the men that were killing Henry Novak, trying to kill this other man who's on life support, they were both acting evil.
Yes.
And they're both doing evil. And not only does it affect the two victims and their families and that entire, all the communities, because they're all like essentially in the streets now, right? The communities are getting violent and volatile because the government isn't stepping in to protect and care for everyone.
Everyone. And that is probably the key.
Yeah.
Because everyone must be cared for. You can't care for some a little better or a little worse.
Yeah.
You have to care for everyone equally. And so we've had, 60 years of saying this group is a protected group and we have to make allowances for this group. Now we have another group over here that's come to the fore. And all of a sudden we're teaching our kids that this is a lifestyle that you should be a part of. And then we have another group that says, I don't believe I should be a boy or a girl anymore.
Right.
Cut me up to make me something that I'm not. And that's a lie to your basic DNA. That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's really invasive too. It gets into a lot of our relationships. I remember my first wife. By golly, she thoroughly believed that white men should be made to suffer all the injustices that other cultures and races have had to suffer at our hands.
Right.
And early in my career, I was called by a judge locally down there in Virginia and said, "Look, I wanted to hire you for this probation officer position, but by law, I have to hire the woman instead."
Yes.
And, I didn't think anything about it then because I was married to an ardent feminist and I was doing my part. I was, sucking it up. But it turned out to be better for me, but that's not the point. The point is, like you were saying, that we're grinding through this, discriminating against people again.
Right.
And there we go. That's actual evil.
Yeah.
When I'm saying that I should punish you for something you didn't do,
Yes, that's evil.
I mean,
Yeah.
and then I also become the judge of that.
Yes.
Well, and then I've thrown God out, which is the biggest problem I think we have in this.
There you go.
And you're seeing that in the legislatures across this country.
Absolutely.
Where they've decided that somebody who has found a way to make $1 billion didn't earn it.
Yes.
Yeah. And because they didn't earn it, they deserve to have to pay. I mean, what is it? The top 3% of taxpayers in America pay something like 55% of all income taxes.
Right. Yes.
And then the bottom 50% don't pay a penny.
Anything. That's correct.
And so it's like, okay, well, what is a fair share?
Right. Right.
Because I've divided up the people so much that we can't even see what is, as a society, what is truly fair and what isn't.
And I think it goes back to dealing death again. Our government has become God.
Yep.
And they get to deal death. And that's what they're doing. They're dealing death, and they're bringing life where they determine they should bring life. And really, back in the day, in Deuteronomy, in Israel, there's this passage in Deuteronomy. Let's see, I'm going to go to 19 and 20. I love this passage here. Today I have given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. I call on heaven and earth as my witness to the choice that you make. Oh, that you, it says, descendants might live. Choose to love the Lord your God and obey him, and commit yourselves to him, for he is your life. So life comes from God.
Yep.
And when you choose to love like him and choose to follow him, you're going to be dealing life or blessing.
Yes.
Right? Or I can choose death.
Right.
And then I'm going to be bringing curse to people.
Right.
Right? And
you can choose the golden calf, the government, instead of God.
There you can choose the golden calf. That's right.
And it's right there in Deuteronomy.
It is. And in chapter 27 and 28, God goes at Moses outlines curses that will come if you choose to deal death to someone. He also outlines blessings that God will pour out on you if you choose to deal life on someone.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I think as we wrap up today, it's important, you have to ask yourself a question. Do you want to deal life? Do you want to deal death? If you're bringing death, you're cursing your life and you're cursing anybody who's attached to you.
Right.
If you're choosing life, that's what I prefer, because I've dealt some death to myself and to others.
Yeah, we have.
And I have cursed myself and cursed others. Getting some freedom from those things, but I really want to choose life, But that comes down to a day-to-day choice, and sometimes moment to moment.
Sometimes moment to moment.
Amen.
There's a character in the Count of Monte Cristo, Andre Dumas's book, and the character's name is it's Madame de Villefort. No, Villefort is her name. Yeah. Anyway, she is dealing death because she's a poisoner of people. And why is she poisoning? Greed. And there we go.
Yep.
It's deadly sin. She's tempted because she wants the money in the inheritance when the grandparents die, and then the grandparents were giving their inheritance to the daughter, which was only a stepdaughter to her, and she had a son by the man, who is the father of this lady. But the grandparents were giving their wealth to the daughter, and the other set of grandparents also gave their wealth to the daughter when she became of age, and she was getting to that of age point. Now, the thing was, if she was dead, then that inheritance would automatically go to her father, both of those inheritances. And because the stepmom was married to her father, with her son between them two, it would ultimately go to her and her son. So in order for her to gain out of greed, again, this is a sin. This is a deadly sin if we talk about it. You can see how greed grabbed a hold of her, started making her think about, well, who do I need to kill to get what I need? So then she decided, so the grandfather passed away, natural causes. She poisoned the grandmother, who was in good health, when she came to visit. And then she was trying to poison the young lady's other grandfather, but he was taking some other medicine that made him immune to the poison. So he lived, but his servant drank the lemonade he was supposed to drink, and he died. So the servant dies, who's just a poor servant.
Yep.
So she was trying to kill the other grandfather, and then she was trying to take out the young lady. All that so she could get her inheritance, and her son could get the inheritance, and they could be taken care of. And she in her mind, she justified it all.
Of course.
She justified
yeah.
it all. And ultimately, she dealt death to each one of those people.
Yep.
Now, the irony is, in the storyline, and this is really what happens when you're dealing death to people and cursing people, it ultimately comes back to you, because the husband found out that she was dealing death. He was going to give her a pass, but before he got to the place where he was going to give her a pass, he was pissed because he had just killed his daughter. He was pissed about it. He's like, when I come back from court, because he was a prosecutor, when I come back from court, I expect that you have saved some of that poison for yourself. Otherwise, you're going to experience the executioner's blade. So that was the threat. He basically said, when I come back home, executioner's blade or poisonous drops. I expect that you will save some of that poison for yourself. And he left. And then, of course, she killed herself. Worse, she killed her little son.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
So he came home to a house.
It was death.
All death. And that's how death works.
Oh,
You go kill other people. You're greedy. Sin works that way. You go with your evil desires. You take your evil actions. You go kill other people. You will die. It's die by, if you're going to live by the sword.
Die by the sword.
Yep.
Anyway.
Okay, so we're wrapping up?
We're wrapping up on that note.
Up.
Wrapping up on that note. And that story is simply to say, don't deal death to yourself. Don't deal death to others. And the only way to be a dealer of life, if you will, is be a blessing. So think about it from that perspective. How can I be a blessing to somebody else, even to somebody you want to curse?
Yes, or
That's
deal
great, Rob.
death to.
Deal death to. Yeah.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
But that, I think, is a key to life. When you are doing things for other people instead of just yourself, there's so much joy that you get out of that. And it gives purpose in your life.
Yeah.
And when you're struggling with, well, what is my purpose? A lot of times it's just as simple as helping other people.
It is.
And
Your son is a fine example of that.
He
sure
does
is.
a great job of it. He really does.
That's what I see in
Totally
Vlad.
amazing.
Vlad really wants to be a dealer of life.
Yes.
And he does. He
He
does.
does.
And he's amazingly intuitive.
He is.
It is amazing.
He is.
That should fill your heart, Dave.
It should.
It does. It does.
Not only do I see him be generous to the homeless folks and different individuals struggling on the streets where he lives, in Columbia, Maryland, by the way.
Yeah, Columbia, Maryland. Mm-hmm.
Probably not too many people doing what he's doing. But all that to say, over at the church, he is the one who faithfully gives out of his little bit of money. He gives every week to the diapers and the wipes that get handed out at the Mercy Center for the young moms and the little babies. He gives weekly to that without fail. And he's one of the most faithful people I've seen in that whole arena. I think he's probably bought more diapers for people for babies than most of the church have bought.
Yeah.
So really,
Wow.
He's a pretty incredible young man. Anyway, that's dealing life, by the way. That's an example of being a blessing, and certainly is a blessing to be a part of his life.
So we want you to understand we're here. We want to hear from you. We want you to be a part of this Character Matters. We want it to matter in your life, and we want you to help it matter in other people's lives. So if you have questions about it or concerns, or maybe there's just some things that you need some answers to in your life, feel free to give us a call or send us an email. My email address, I think Jessica's putting it up on the screen, is David
D.Mayer.
P. David P. Mayer at truecharactermatters.org.
Oh.
So maybe we'll correct our what do they call that creeping thing across the bottom of the screen?
I just did what Rob had on the other one. So
Okay.
What?
It's okay.
we'll just have to fix it.
We just want you to you can go to truecharactermatters.org to our website, and you'll find our names there, and you can email us. So Character matters. And that is how we decided to form this group, is because we want to deal life, and you deal life with character. So character matters.
Amen.
Go.
Good night.
Schlaf gut.
We'll see you next week, 6:45.
Yep.
All right.
Bye-bye.